Welcome back to Rockpile Sports. Here we cover many different events that are taking place around the world of competitive baseball, soccer, football, and more. Today we will be talking about the Australia versus United Arab Emirates playoff semifinals for the World Cup, and the Lightning W 4-1 versus Rangers, and also my predictions for the Socceroos as they take a journey that could get them into the World Cup. So, Australia came into the game. The bar was really high for their fans because they wanted Australia to qualify for the World Cup. They've qualified 4 straight times, and now they're in danger of not doing so. So there were definitely a lot of nerves in the locker room as they came out. But at the beginning, they got really good pressure for the first 10 minutes. They got really good pressure. They had a free kick from just outside the penalty box, and from the corner, which is just like the perfect setup. UAE's goalkeeper was definitely having trouble warding off their attacks. Then UAE was able to pick it up a bit, and man, that number 21 guy, I forgot what his name was, but he had a game. He had an amazing game. The attacker was just able to get down that left flank and maneuver in and out, and able to get shots. And that mainly happened in the second half, but it also kind of happened in the first half. But for the rest of the first half, not much happened. So then it was a stalemate. Australia and the UAE were kind of figuring each other out. But then the second half rolled around, and Australia get a dream start. They are able to get really, really, really close to the UAE goal. Too close for comfort for the United Arab Emirates. And they just passed it center, and it was an easy tap-in for Irvine. And then I was watching the game. It looked like they had won it just because of the dream start to the second half. But I did not expect, once again, number 21 on the outside flank, just able to maneuver around, get that pass in, and it ricocheted right through UAE, and it's tied up 1-1 now. And then it was a stalemate once again. This was a really evenly matched game overall. I think just Australia just had the upper hand. UAE were so elusive, but Australia were really smart. And I think at the end of the day, smartness outweighs being really fast. And in this case, it did. As in the 83rd minute, they were able to get a corner. It ricocheted out right to an Australian midfielder who took a great shot from outside the box, but that was just a sensible thing to do. And UAE own goal. It was just an own goal. UAE defender tries to get it, and he ends up tipping it into the net. If he had just gotten out of the way, I think the goalkeeper could have picked it up. But that's where that's where Australia's dominance really comes in here. They knew that they could take the shot there. They knew how to put pressure on, and I think they were the better team than UAE. And that's why I think when they advance to Peru, because they're going to be motivated off of not only this win, but what would happen if they don't win? They'll lose that World Cup streak. I think they were going to beat Peru 2-0. And advance to the World Cup. So that is my prediction. And now let's talk about the Lightning versus Rangers. So Lightning absolutely dominated the Rangers last night. They were down 1-2 in the series, and now it's tied 2-2. These are very evenly matched teams. It is not how the other series was with the Avalanche and Edmonton Oilers. I think the Lightning are going to win in 7 games, just because the degree of dominance last night that they possessed, being able to not let the Rangers score any goals until the third period when it was pretty much over. I think they will win in probably 7 games. But the thing about this series is that it's great if the Lightning or Rangers win. I'm happy for them. They're moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals. But Avalanche have a week or 2 of rest that It's going to give them a big advantage. This series is going to go to 6 games. At least 6 games. If they both win a game, it's going to 7. So, it's going to be pretty close. And I look forward to seeing it. That about wraps up the video. I would like you guys to tell me what you think in the comments. What do you think about the Australia versus UAE match? What do you think about the Stanley Cup Finals? Who's going to make it there? And what do you think is going to happen? Who's going to move to the World Cup Finals? Australia or Peru? And also Costa Rica or New Zealand. There will be a video. We make daily videos on this channel. Eventually, maybe in a week or 2, there will be a video, a preview for that game to determine the very last World Cup spot. With that, thank you for watching. Subscribe to be an OG and consider liking the video. Peace.